Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Tea and Chat, the podcast where we have real conversations about real life. I'm your host, Steve, and today's topic is Christmas. Whether you celebrate it or not, Christmas is a huge holiday here in the UK and also in lots of other countries across the world. Today, we'll be sharing our personal stories, the good and the not so good. And joining me on the phone, as always, is Kerry.
Hi everyone. I love talking about Christmas. It's my favourite time of the year.
Great. But before we get into it, can I just remind everyone that this is being recorded live? So we're going to be using some natural British English, including lots of things that you won't learn in a textbook. There's a free guide to help you understand all of that, and I've already sent it to your inbox. But if you're new here, just click the link in the description to get your totally free copy. So Kerry, let me start with a simple question. What does Christmas mean to you?
Well, for me, Christmas is really about family time. It's one of the few times of the year when everyone gets together. My parents, my siblings, my cousins. We eat way too much food. We laugh. Sometimes we argue a little bit. But it's special. Oh, and I'm on holiday from work, of course.
Really? Because I've met your family and they're a nightmare.
That's a bit harsh.
You know I'm only joking.
I do. Will you be popping around on Boxing Day like normal?
Definitely. I wouldn't miss your mum's leftover turkey curry. It's become a tradition.
Well, she has to do something with it. We end up eating turkey for days.
I think every family in England does. To be honest, I'm really not that keen on it.
Nor me, but well, it's traditional, isn't it? Turkey and all the trimmings and eating until you're stuffed to the gills.
Do you remember when your mum couldn't fit that ginormous bird she bought in the oven?
It was a disaster. She had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start cooking it with the oven door left open because it wouldn't fit.
Speaking of Christmas dinner catastrophes, I've got one from when I was just 21 years old.
Go on, I'm all ears.
I was living on my own and had just bought my first house, so I was broke. And I decided to open a tin of stew for my Christmas dinner.
That sounds disgusting. Stew in a tin.
I really like it, but the problem was I didn't really know how to cook it. So I put it in a bowl and stuck it under the grill.
What did you have with it?
Well, while it was cooking, I decided to make some mash.
So you boiled some potatoes. I'm impressed.
No, of course not. I was an idiot 21-year-old bloke, so I used instant mash. No spuds involved.
I've never heard of instant mash. What is it?
It comes in a packet, it's like a powder, and you just add boiling water, and Bob's your uncle, you get mash.
And what does it taste like?
Well, it does taste a little like mashed potatoes, but the texture is like something you could fix a wall with.
Sounds lovely.
Anyway, by the time I made the mash and put it on a plate, I figured the stew would be done. So I went over to the grill, reached under, and grabbed the bowl with both hands.
I can already see where this is going.
I actually managed to lift the bowl out before the pain hit me. It was so hot, my thumbs stuck to the bowl for a second before I threw it in the air and it crashed to the floor.
I'm sorry, but that's hilarious. What did you do?
As I stood there in the kitchen with the shattered bowl and stew all over the shop, I looked at my poor thumbs, bright red and starting to swell.
When you say swell,
Seriously, within a minute, they were twice the size of normal and still growing.
Crikey, what did you do?
I jumped in my car and drove to the hospital, which was only a few minutes away, fortunately.
What happened when you got there?
Well, when the doctors and nurses had finished laughing, they put huge bandages on both of my thumbs. On the drive home, people in other cars started waving at me because they thought I was giving them a double thumbs up sign.
That's so funny.
Have you always gone to your parents for Christmas?
Yes. Oh, wait, hang on. I went with my first boyfriend to visit some of his relatives in Scotland once.
How was that?
They were really nice, but they didn't celebrate it the same way I was used to. It was more low-key.
I've heard that. Isn't it all about New Year's Eve in Scotland?
It certainly was. I've never seen anything like it. They call it Hogmanay. We partied all night. Don't you go away for Christmas?
Yes, I went to Egypt once. On Christmas morning, I went in a hot air balloon, flying over the desert just as the sun was coming up.
That sounds magical.
It was. It's something I'll never forget. Not like New York in America.
What was wrong with New York? I'd love to go there.
Don't get me wrong. I've been many times and I love it there. But a few years ago, I decided to spend Christmas. And it was a bit of a letdown.
But whenever I watch TV shows set in New York, it always looks so Christmassy.
That's what I thought. But the reality was nothing like the TV shows or the movies. It was a bit boring. Any town or city in the UK is decorated better.
I'm shocked. What did you do?
I was supposed to be there for a week, but on Christmas Eve, I jumped on a plane and flew to Nashville, a city further south in the US.
And what was that like?
Much, much better. Proper decorations, lights, people dressed up. It was what I thought New York would be like.
Let's talk about presents now, Steve. What's the best present you've ever received for Christmas?
The best? When I was about 12, my dad bought me a guitar. Looking back, it was really cheap and cheerful. But I was over the moon with it. I spent every minute learning to play.
That's more than just a gift.
Exactly. What about you? Your best ever present?
For me, it was a record player. I was only little, and when I unwrapped it, I was made up. But then I realised I didn't have any records to play on it.
There must be more to this story. Otherwise, it's just sad.
Oh, there is. My dad went over to his collection and picked out 3 records for me. They were really old ones from the 1960s, but I listened to them over and over in my room. I think I nearly wore them out.
So that's why you like old songs.
Yes, those 3 records were a big influence on my musical taste.
Now what about worst presents? Come on, everyone's received something terrible.
Okay. I'd been complaining to my boyfriend about my iron being on the blink.
Don't tell me. He bought you an iron for Christmas.
Yes, he wrapped it up all nice and put it under the tray. I'd been picking it up and shaking it, trying to guess what it was. And then when I finally opened it, well, let's just say he wasn't my boyfriend for very long after that. What about you? Worst gift?
I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but getting clothes as a present isn't my cup of tea.
I love getting clothes.
Not me. I hate having to pretend that I love whatever it is, but secretly I know it's going into my wardrobe for a while before I give it to a charity shop.
To be fair, you could do with updating the way you dress.
Don't even think about getting me clothes for Crimbo.
I've already bought your present. You're going to love it. You're so hard to buy for.
Really? I think I'm easy.
The problem is, if you want something, you just go out and buy it. So I had to think of something you wouldn't get for yourself.
I'm intrigued.
I'll give you a clue. It's an experience, not an actual thing.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to see your face.
Kerry, all too soon, our time is up. Thank you so much for sharing your stories today. It's been brilliant.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
And thank you to everyone who's been listening. We hope you enjoyed our Christmas memories. Remember, Christmas is what you make it. So from both of us here at Learn English Sound British, you have yourselves a very Merry Christmas.
Goodbye, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Click here for another great video, and I'll see you there.